Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
On those grubs, I guess part of it may also just be avoiding.
Okay, flap, pretty powerful there against walls, even if they are just constructed by. And so a bit of investing for the future, you could say.
Yep, looks like a lot of objective focus from KT, really trying to get these on lock, but T1 seem not really too focused on that, just trying to secure. But it looks like the focus for KT is down towards that dragon again.
Yep. You can see KT have not done a lot of damage to structures here in this game. As Owner is going to try and put Pioshik to sleep. The prison does come down, but there's the Emperor's Divide. Mom comes through as well, but there is just nothing Pioshik can do. Encore is going to connect here onto the Lilia, but the Dawning Shadow is there in response. And Beryl and BDD just not with enough damage by the looks of things. A Q does come down, but this is a very early Smolder the flash forward. And BDD not able to do enough to take down Q damage and was like with Beryl there as well, but the extra heal does come on through. KT's still able to get back out onto
two dragons. It's a Hextech Soul. That is such a powerful one to get. You really feel good that you've kind of been rewarded for your early investment into those dragons. Beryl, though, could be in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, he doesn't have flash, nor does he have heal. He has nothing. He's just dead. That is Gumayushi picking up that kill. And sometimes when you're playing these enchanted supports, you need to be a little bit careful. Yesterday, with all the smolders that were coming out. But right now, Faker is going to do the I'm going to do nothing and avoid the Glacial Prison. That was really nicely done. Beryl throws a point-blank Encore, though. And I think Faker, after this one, is going to be dead. So 3 versus 1, those odds weren't great. And that is BDD grabbing himself a kill. As the bullet time does come down, that might actually save this turret. And it will do so. So Deft able to alleviate some of the pressure there. But Perfect can't stick around here in this bottom lane because Owner's making his way over. And that will be first turret blood going over to T1. Whenever you kill Faker, there is always something that his team is taking on the map.
Yep, and it was a good move from Deft to cover the mid tower so they didn't lose that. That would have really been a big hit. But ultimately, T1 still getting the first tower in this situation. Can't be too upset about that one. But still good moves from KT. I like that they're trying to make
They were able to get that first turret blood. You can see the gold lead is still very, very healthy here for T1.
We've seen this one before.
Yeah, okay, so he does have his flash now, but he's still going to get engaged on here by Pioshik. BDD going to breathe on him there as the permafrost does come in. He avoids Mom, though, and the wall is going to stop them from being able to walk up.
Yeah,
Rift Herald goes down in the mid lane, and Faker is just buying as much time as he possibly can. This turret is now going to get aggressive at him as Beryl is just going to flash over. That is going to be the kill picked up, but at what cost? Ladies and gentlemen, as the inner turret is going to fall, as well as the outer, and Shelly even gets to go on another walk after that.
Yeah, I don't think I'll get another charge in the back of this, just using it to get to Dragon quickly.
That'll do it, though.
But here's the cost. Flash bin from Beryl for him to get that kill on a Faker, and they lose this Dragon. And the reason this is so dangerous is because T1 have a big lead, but the next Dragon from here on out,
get out of there.
Yeah, Flash this Seraphine, so risky to try and contest his vision.
And he is going to once again be found. Emperor's Divide is going to go wide this time, though, as KT looking for a teleport angle. BDD comes in on top of the turret as Perfect. He's making his way through as well. Mom comes down. The Dawning Shadow is there, but the AoE damage here from KT is gigantic. There goes Carrier. There goes Faker. Owner was already dead, and now it's just Zeus trying to fight them off, but he knows he's only going to be able to get that one, and KT have their sights on Baron.
A massive overstep from T1. Talk about the standing gold that's available. KT going to look to capitalize on that, trying to push mid in here. And there's just not much T1 can do.
Yep, no stopping this one. They have managed to trade outer for outer so far. As you can see there, the Rebel Baron power play not exactly the largest, as the teleport is going to come through from Faker, as that Glacial Prison just barely enough ergs on it, unfortunately, for Pioshik.
I mean, so yeah, on KT, so perhaps not the highest value buy there.
Let's see what they can actually utilize it for. Maybe Beryl's damage is what they're trying to boost up after he got T1 are going to be able to get over towards this Dragon in time. As the bowling ball flies in and just sails by Beryl. There is Soul Point. That is what KT got out of the Baron. And I think, honestly, that's a real good prize.
Yep, they're happy with that one. It's going to put a lot of pressure on T1 in this game, but they're trying to corral them, trying to find an angle here.
Yep, the sleep does go down. Oh! The apotheosis on the 4 is gigantic, but it is another Encore from Beryl that is huge as well. But the Smolder goes down, Pioshik to follow. Zeus is going ballistic. It's a triple kill for the Viking, and now Beryl and Deft are against the world, and I don't think they like that. It's a quadra kill, and there's the penta for the Olaf top from Zeus here in game 1.
Zeus managed to farm up a big lead in this game, and he's rewarded. This is what the comp wants to do. There's no answer to this Olaf. You can't CC him, and with the center backing him up, you certainly cannot kill him. He just moves through the fight, taking out target by target. The return ult from KT managed to get some value, but it's not enough, and now T1, with the death timers coming up shortly, they won't be able to end, but they are going to do a lot of damage to KT right now. Taking that tier 2, getting some more gold, getting that inhib, and you see the Olaf is charging in, going target by target, runs through the Seraphine ult, and with the healing from the center, just so hard to deal with. Even with the healing reduction, the Qs still end up being pretty massive.
Yeah, he's like immediately calling for the Penta. And I think it was a pretty possible one, and there it goes.
Dragon, they're going to be able to take this down and then move over to respond from KT. KT haven't even started the Baron yet, so there's no threat. Good moves from T1 to secure this.
Yep, very nicely done. They will be able to take that one down. Big shielding coming in here from KT as Beryl presses his W button, but T1 looking for that inside track here on this mid lane. A Chu does come down as the bowling ball is just barely going to miss, and KT starting to get split up, starting to look a little bit confused on the map right now. And T1
so they always have a resource to kind of spend.
Well, there's the aggressive advance here, only onto 2 here on the Apotheosis, and Gumayusi taking so much damage back. That is going to be perfect, shutting him down. He gets a huge shield as a bullet time. Point blank here from Def. Faker almost being taken down. Ona has to go golden. Faker is out of there, and Ona is just dead. Zeus now trying to keep himself alive against Perfect and Beryl, and it is just not working even through the Sterix. And KT win another fight into a Baron.
T1 go for the desperate engage. Guma tries to force it, doesn't find the right members, and the response is immediate from KT. Steal this, there's no other way about it.
Yep, there's going to be another team fight. That is all I know, as this Dragon is going down exceptionally low. Snare not quite going to connect. That is going to be the steal from Ona, but can they keep themselves alive in the fight? BDD going too far forward. It's another Apotheosis as Beryl is going to go down. Ona will be taken out, though BDD is still alive in this one, but not for long. It's a double for Guma. His health bar is just yo-yoing from these heals. And Pyoshik is sent to the nether as well. It is punch for punch, blow for blow between these two teams. So this time, T1 punch back.
And Guma redeems himself for the play around mid, finds the engage that gets on the back line. The healing comes through from Kerry to back him up, but now, you know, T1 denied the soul, but it doesn't matter, they're just going to end the game.
Yeah, denying the game, I think, is a good idea. Deny enemy nexus seems to be the game plan for T1, and they are just going to march down this mid lane, take out these nexus turrets. And man, this for game number 1, this was a little bit too... Oh, wait. Hang on. Where are things going? Because I remember when a certain bottom lane played the next time around. And I think forcing T1 to do something not Senna would have been a really great idea.
Yeah. And... oh no, Def.
Oh dear. Def already going to get queued here by Carrier, as Beryl doing his very best to try and keep him safe, and is going to be able to do so. Tornado going to connect, though, and now BDD is coming in. Another Q going to land here from Carrier, looking for first blood, and he's going to boop him back, but the flash forward's going to be there. That's going to be first blood, going over to Lee Sin, but Carrier might pay for it. Deft is now in an awkward position. He's going to flash. BDD gets a kill, but so does Faker. Pyoshik's going to turn up. One after the other, they head towards the enemy jungle. That flash was sick from Pyoshik, and now Ona might find himself in a rough position, but it's 2-2, guys. Let's back off. Never mind. Gumayusi is now going to find BDD, also face-checking a brush, as BDD is just going to walk it off. He's like, no, we're finished here. And Guma is going to say, no, we're not, as Beryl is back. And he's Hex flashing, and he's going to crash onto Gumayusi, who's now found himself a little bit too far forward. Does get the Piercing Darkness, though, and Ona spinning around a whole bunch, then takes a bunch of damage. Actually higher than the lowest amount of kills that we've had in a whole game.
Yeah.
I think the record is 3.
Wow.
As far as least kills. So we're already there. And it's only 5.5 minutes. As Faker is going in with 300 health, and he's just dead. BDD going to be able to grab that kill as Beryl and Pyoshik right there ready to challenge.
Yeah, I think maybe a bit
feel
more
like you will be able to get a fair few stacks in this game.
Yep, definitely. And Faster stacking, faster spikes. We do now see finally the Renekton Sejuani pairing looking to punish Zeus.
Oh, there's the flash forward from Perfect. Zeus is going to get tagged, and the Winter's Wrath will be enough. The dive was beautiful there from KT.
Just the immediate flash done. Stacks the passive, gets the damage. Oh, BDD.
Yep. Flapping around in circles here is BDD right now as the Shattering Strike does come in. Faker is going to ignore it, basically. And that is going to... There we go. As Beryl now looking for an opportunity, could crash over this wall, and there it is! Crashdown does come on through there as well, as Zeus does get over here. Gumayusi, let's see whether he can keep them alive. 3 versus 2 right now, a lot of things on cooldown here on KT's side, but it is another pick-off for them. As Faker walks behind his wind wall one more time, looking for some more knockups, will be able to stack up that Q.
To amplify in this game, but he really benefited from having this winning top laner in that one for the center to sustain up with, and now you don't have that. Perfect moving around. He is so strong in these early grub fights.
Yep, teleport is going to come in here as Perfect getting in. There is the crash down from Beryl. Mega Inferno Bomb right on top of Ona as the grubs are being taken down in the meantime. Carrier dashing into the backline. Perfect surviving for so long, but will eventually be taken down, and the damage is kind of missing here from KT, but these health bars going lower when the bouncing bombs do land. Gumayusi taking a lot of damage, but he is going to still get the ult off. The Dawning Shadow layered across. Deft is going to sacrifice himself to get the kill onto the center, but the team fight is won pretty wholeheartedly here by T1 for these two. So it's something that they have practiced, even if it did only recently, only come out like a few years ago. This is something that they've always sort of had in their back pocket, as Ona is going to be starting off this Drake once again. Exactly the same dragons as we had in game 1. Quizzical, you could say. Wow. See whether it's another. And KT, will they actually commit to any sort of play? Carrier going to get spotted out as the tower is going to be taken, and KT just giving this one up, saying instead, we're just going to try and take your stuff. And with a Ziggs, it kind of makes some sense. Satchel can go down, doesn't even need it, and KT get 2 turrets in trade for a single Ocean Drake.
And they might even
wait, two turrets, I said. I said 2 turrets. By Jove. Never mind, that's 3. That is going to be Faker now trying to trade it back for an outer turret towards the bottom side of the map, but I don't know whether that one's going to be worth. In a lot of these scenarios, as you can see, Zeus looking for these flank angles, and Carrier on the other side for the pincer is going to get caught out here by Perfect, who does dash his way out. A long way away from any sort of turret right now. You can see Carrier also now moving away. Beryl looking for that flank as Zeus gets on top of his ward once again. The snare going to get picked up by Beryl here as Ona moves over. It's going to be a 50-50, but a taken by the Smolder somehow. Carrier steps on 2 balloons and gets down to half.
Good moves there from KT. Good secure. Oh, TP flank coming in. This is from Carrier.
Yep, this is very aggressive, but Gumayusi's just going to get dove on top of Deft, takes him down with a Mega Inferno Bomb, and Carrier now just not able to find those angles, because without the center, what is this comp actually capable of? As now it's Perfect teleporting in. Zeus going to get thrown around like a ragdoll. These executes starting to fly in as he looks to be a hero, but he's burnt to death by BDD. The kick, it's going to connect, and Carrier takes down his ex-teammate, but at what cost? As Faker is at full health, he puts up the wind wall, but 1 versus 4, I just don't think it's going to be enough. The last breath comes down, but it is exactly that. He'll take Pyoshik with him, but KT win the fight.
And it just felt like...
feel like they're rushed when they're absolutely not. Yeah. Because they sometimes just do that. Because like you say, I mean, they have all of the time in the universe in this game. I mean, they're praying for a 70-minuter, as they're not going to get one, as that is going to be a kick out onto Beryl. Mum comes down. Ona is going to absorb a lot of buttons by just pressing Zhonya as he puts the Crocodile to sleep. Is now Perfect. He could be in trouble, but it's another crash down. Deft takes down Ona, and BDD is untouched in this backline. Faker goes in, but the Dragon is mauling them. Deft satchels his way out. That's the Crocodile locking down a kill, and now it's BDD flapping forward, and he can feel the wind in his wings, and Zeus is just gonna go down. It's a triple kill for the little Dragon. He is legendary. And I don't even think he needs his mom anymore.
He's just untouchable. You know, it felt like the whole fight, BDD was the only person on KT who's never really threatened. He finally sees a window to go in, and he decimates T1. He is more than online at this point. He is taking over the game, and now they might end, actually. It's a Ziggs.
Yeah, Ona is up in 4 seconds time, but like you were saying, there are satchels aplenty here for this Ziggs, as Deft has already gone to work on that first turret. The Nexus is all but dead. as it is exposed. The Mega Inferno Bomb just for good measure. Story, right? Duro, very new support here in the LCK, playing for B&K yesterday. This is Beryl, who was probably, of course, perfect. Will be able to just press Dominus and try to weather the storm, but this is... Yeah, this is real dangerous. I see what you did there. The ultimate has been precast, but there it is. I just don't know what he's going to be able to do here. He goes and has a nap, and that is going to be first blood going over to Ona. And meanwhile, underneath the turret here, Ragnarok has been popped, and Pioshik has to flash. Deft, not quite able to grab it quickly enough, but still going to be able to lock down the kill. So both top laners being... There is killing some camps to take down. The Ragnarok, like you were talking about, still up and available. Let's see whether this can work in a 3v2, as there is the Ragnarok coming down. Bowling ball avoided, as Beryl is just dead. That's the watch out eat from Ona, as he is going to get pushed back there momentarily.
You take Dragon, okay, we're going to take this top lane tier 1, get some first tower gold.
Well, Deft, he can make it rain. That makes things a little bit annoying there for Ona to be able to catch up. And that is going to be that Dragon taken down. But I think the trade here, not exactly fantastic for KT.
And we see actually Pioshik and Beryl moving up towards the top side of the map. So perhaps that might just be the game plan.
Yeah.
Just trade the Dragons and one apiece. Not really too much concern either way, whatever the soul is. CP ready. He's out of vision if they want to move. And I think KT just giving this one up.
Yeah, it looks like this one's not going to be something that they can actually fight for. We'll have a look at what soul it is going to be. Both of these compositions are kind of built for, as far as getting that wombo down, finding these engages, finding the angles, allowing Zeus to run amok, or allowing Deft to find that big ulti as Flash has to come out here as the Dominus has been popped. Perfect. Going down so incredibly low. Teleports coming in from everyone as Ona kind of creep blocked, and that is going to be somehow BDD picking up that kill. As a result,
incremental advantages, you make 2 mistakes. It doesn't feel like they're massive mistakes, but now BDD's also picking up this tower. He is just suddenly monster fed out of nowhere. You know, you got the gold. I guess you're not going to...
Wow, BDD started up the Dragon. He's not a member of the Dragon Preservation Society.
Or maybe he left, you know?
Oh, yeah, maybe he had to leave because otherwise they were never going to be able to get the objective. Speaking of objectives, T1, they're just going to run over towards this Baron, and the Dragon will be taken, but can there be any responses? Beryl just dives in there. All right, maybe that's the response. It's perfect, just pokes his head in, and then hops out again immediately, and KT have stopped the Baron.
Yeah, they started to take some damage, and I think they were really conscious of the freshly level 16 BDD. Oh, you'll be doing something, and like a glass will smash or something, and immediately everyone...
all the blood drains out of your face. Yeah. Back,
like,
hoofing it as fast as he can.
Okay, but Deft can get vision with Make It Rain. That's all they have right now. They're just going to have to go for it.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and find an angle. Here's the Magnet Storm looking to try and keep them out of the pit. And Pioshik still gets in, but it's not going to be good enough. Look at this AoE damage. It's gigantic. But T1 are still just going to be able to get out of there with the purple buff in hand.
It's a successful heist, but it still feels weirdly... You know, it worked. They got the Baron, but BDD is still so strong. It still doesn't feel like a true victory right now. They lose one member, they get away.
They're all really good items.
You know, this feels like an aiming smolder game.
Oh, it really does. I feel like we watched this yesterday. And aiming won a few of those games. So we can see that building up the smolder is certainly something that does work. But now it's T1's forte. This is where they get to utilize their control of the map. And you can see able to take down inner turret in the top lane. And it looks like Zeus will be able to protect this siege minion as well, getting to work in this mid lane. For Grubs, there's a 6,000 gold lead. As T1, they've started up the Dragon. Vision now given over to KT. As teleport to come in. Let's see what can happen here as the Dragon does fly by, but it's just a little bit of damage onto Ona as they get the edge. Pioshik, they do manage to avoid the Chains of Corruption largely, but in goes Ona, he goes golden. Can they find the sleeps they're looking for? The flash out from BDD, but he's still going to get taken down. And this is like what you were talking about, Orcs. Unfortunately, sometimes the little Dragon just goes pop, and T1, they are just crushing KT with their wallets now. It's a little bit anticlimactic, but that is the way T1 are going to do it as they look to try and bring us to the next game with match point in hand. That's going to be the clean ace. And T1, I think, just marching up the mid lane.
BDD, he's got a QSS in his inventory, just bought it now, but it's too late. Ends up getting CC'd, ends up going down, and that Smolder, who felt like such a threat, goes down with a whimper. T1, the incremental advantages, apparently we're enough to win them this game.
They're going to make a little bit more proactive play there on the side of KT. I was praised nothing.
Just nothing. You know what?
That is so... But also it is great in Solilia.
It's kind of like...
she kind of wants everyone to be... As Pyosik has started off this dragon, Carrier is standing on a ward right now as he does move himself in. Remember, it's kind of an awkward composition to start off fights with, but Ona is certainly the one. That is the flash over there from Pyosik. Just try and put Ona to sleep as the final spark does come in. Ona can just walk on forward, but the dragon has been taken down. Mom gets mad. Connects onto Beryl and BDD, but they are already out of there. As another thing to try and push T1 ever further ahead. Beryl is rotating down though, and we do have BDD in position. Okay, Sneeze does connect onto 2. It's a lot of stacks. That's not too bad, but the flash forward from Beryl to try and get that snare locked in. Mom comes on through, but the slow is still going to be there. Valkyrie forward, and that is going to be first blood going to BDD on his Corki.
Able to find a kill. Faker overstepping a bit, greedy for the plates, and does go down. Beryl trading the flash. Take down the little dragon. Wait.
Oh,
Pyosik top?
Dear. Perfect does press his...
I love how there's now 3 people in Perfect's lane.
Yeah, Zeus and Faker are going to be able to easily take down this turret, that money, but the problem is the KT now having to deal with an inner turret just being focused. Rift Herald is going to be employed alongside BDD, but if it gets another charge, they might be able to answer this.
Yeah, I think if they trade even, it's pretty okay, all things considered.
With 4 grubs, this should actually be very doable,
with how
especially
low
with no one there, yeah.
I think KT are probably okay with how this has panned out. Also, the gold
throughout this entire series.
I'm dialed in.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's good to see. And now we're just praying for a Cloud Soul for all that extra movement speed, and it's an Ocean. Yeah, I'm not going to. Maybe hold 2 control wards in your inventory the entire game. Maybe that's because then you can't buy them. Okay, Perfect just wants to clear out the wave. Does stun up Zeus as he comes in. True Shot Barrage clears out the wave, but Perfect is so dead. That is going to be a kill going over to Zeus there. His Kraken Slayer already completed.
I would legitimately message Riot, ask them to delete Renekton from my account. Like, it's...
Yeah.
This is painful. This is horrible. This is just... At T1, you know, the lane matchup was already going good. They've really piled it on and just making this champion feel so useless.
And I think this is where, like, all of Perfect's older brothers on his team are saying, like, buddy, it's okay, we'll carry you. It's all right. KT just kind of lost the game.
KT are masters of giving up.
Yeah, this is the problem, is that eventually you do need to get control back, and giving things up does not quite help you there.
Yeah, giving up Nexus, not a good play. They are going to lose this mid-tier 1.
It is definitely going to go down.
Yeah.
The Sneeze not going to quite work.
It's only going to get worse, and they don't feel that strong now, so that's why it's kind of feeling a bit dire. But it's possible. There's a lot of squishy members on T1.
Beryl is now probably big dead.
He's very dead.
Big time.
Yeah, I was going to say
dead.
There's a lot of squishy members on T1, so maybe you can pick someone. But Beryl's also squishy and now dead, and now Baron is gone. And the question is, will Pyosik be there in the next 5 seconds?
Well, True Shot Barrage did do a fair bit of damage. Now T1 possibly in a little bit of trouble. Pyosik, can you get the steal? The answer is no. Ona locks that one down, but Gumiushi already dead at the beginning of this one. Pyosik down very, very low as Faker just explodes. Deft trying to get the extra autos in. He finally helps BDD take him out. As now Ona, he'll be taken off the board as well.
Oh, the TP back in?
Yep, looking for the angle here. BDD just... I mean, it's one tumble auto attack, and this Corki is just dead. And Zeus, with that Night Hunter, is very, very scary on the chase down. Him and Carrier both with the Baron still up and available, though, and I think T1 is still pretty happy with how this one went.
You know, they managed to get a trade up in the end of it, but not the cleanest Baron. Definitely didn't really have an exit plan for that one. And now KT can pick up this Dragon. So not really going to get the value you'd maybe hoped out of securing Baron, but you didn't all die, I think is the takeaway on this one.
There you go.
BDD pretty strong now, though. Picked up a lot of those kills. Carrier, you are very squishy.
Yeah, he also had to stand still to put out that final spark, which meant that BDD was able to get on over there. So that is going to be a turret going down in the mid lane as well. True Shot Barrage was searching for Carrier there. As Zeus getting to work here on this top lane, and I'm getting Worlds flashbacks, man. Just watching Zeus take games into his own hands. His Vayne is so incredibly good. But T1, despite the fact that they did not quite find the team fight they were looking for, it is still looking dangerous.
Yeah, it's unfortunate BDD didn't kill Carrier before, because he's one of the 2 Barons remaining.
Yeah.
Oh, TP flank.
All right, it's time for Perfect to shine, ladies and gentlemen. He sidesteps the light binding. That's a great start as Carrier going to be taken out first. Pyoshi going to steal the kill away from a well-deserving Perfect who just needed something in this game, for goodness sake. T1 now just trying to get out of there. They've lost their support this time around, and KT looking to push further forward. True Shot Barrage to stop them from rotating around, and it is another turret to be taken here for KT. Still a lot of poke damage back. Gumayushi going down relatively low though. Still T1, they get rid of the minion wave. They are going to be able to force KT back now as they can't push further forward. Sorry for getting emotional there, but I think the Perfect deserved it.
Ona's healing up with the Warmogs.
Yeah.
Kind of low on mana.
Banana Brush control. BDD kind of out of the fight right now though, as there is the engage from Ona. Perfect just dashing his way out, doesn't have the dominance. Oh my god! Okay, that's a Trinity Force proc. However, I've seen one there from BDD.
Oh, they can just start the Baron though if you back up Perfect.
Yeah, he's in trouble, but isn't going to get snared. And T1, they have all of the traps down. The bowling ball's going to be avoided this time as BDD Valkyries his way in. Somehow Pyoshik's little hooves do not connect onto the traps. Beryl not going to be so lucky. Baron down to 6,000. These rockets still coming in. True Shot Barrage doing a fair bit of work. It's a flash in from Pyoshik, and he steals away the Baron. He might just die though, and there he goes. Zeus now thinks that it's his time as KT just trying to vacate the area. Perfect trying to be bouncer now to keep his team alive. Beryl, can you press Mantra and Inspire? That's the question as Faker trying to flap his way out. Oh, they're just bombing. Oh my god, the damage. And Gumayushi going to be able to take down the Crocodile once again. Ace in the hole is going to lock down Beryl. And Def, the last Baron standing. And T1, they're looking to break open the base.
I just feel to end the series here. 20 seconds of Pyoshik. He has ult. Beryl doesn't have ult. Sorry, Def doesn't have ult. He needs to try and clear the wave. I don't think he's going to have a chance.
Needs to land a few more of these Qs. Try and bring that one down as much as possible. I mean, it's taking a while because the Baron buff is going to be there. True Shot Barrage now just aimed at the minions. Nexus turret number 1 is going to be taken down, though. They're trying to tank this one up as best they can. As Ona going down exceptionally low. There is the kill under the Sejuani, and Pyoshik is back up, but they're just killing the Nexus. They're just going to round 2. And
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say,
Okay.
See you on the next one.